email site for that matter.
I can learn AI daily.
Learn AI daily. I love it. I have not put it heard so succinctly. I think that's why I really wanted to capture that. And I appreciate the T-shirt, by the way. If you have a link, if people can order that,
we can probably order that.
Yeah, let me know.
We're testing the concept
test it. If we have that link, we will put it in the show notes for sure. Okay, so shift a little bit. I want to talk about your role as lead research. Right? Can you kind of at SANS? Can you encapsulate that for me? Because I hear that and I know what I think.
Right.
But I would love to hear, like, I want your definition. Give me what it all entails.
The concept around this role is that SANS, even though we do a lot of cybersecurity training, obviously the certifications, but that's a primary business. We have an entire structure around that is sell training, sell certifications. But one of the things that SANS has always looked at is, we are the most trusted source of information security, training, certifications, and this last bullet, research. It's this last bullet, this research and mission thing that when Alan Poller, the late Alan Poller now, was driving, he looked at it, a lot from his own platform. And over the past 3 years, SANS has kind of drifted away from this concept of like, how are we potentially, really driving the community forward? What are we doing? How are we getting involved? So I've taken up this mantle, not Alan, but in terms of how is SANS going to re-engage the community? How are we going to be able to do this outreach? So taking that on, even when you say the chief of research, there are, 3 components to everything that I'm working on. First one is content, so we're looking at driving new content that's out there and into the community. The next one is advocacy. And so we look to trying to figure out, which relationships, which partnerships that we need to build. And finally, it's community. It's how are we overall forming the community around these different topics that we're trying to accomplish. So that's overall, but how do we actually do that? So we take a topic like AI and AI cybersecurity. Everyone assumes that everyone has the book written on this. The answer is no. No one knows.
And I think that's important to really highlight, right? And you said it earlier, but I think I want the audience again, like, because I agree, because I think you hear people talk and you're like, oh, he's got it figured, she's got it figured out, or she, at least down the further than I am on the path. But in the end, we're all really kind of relatively in the same spot.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So I did a presentation about a year ago. It's the first time I did this, but I've done it since multiple times because I just couldn't believe how much it resonated. And I'm talking about when I was initially doing cybersecurity, which I assumed everyone else knew what they're doing. Everyone else was this massive hacker that would read Frack magazine and be able to, like, I am able to own the planet, like from the movie Hackers in the mid-90s. And what I found, though, is like no one knew what they were doing. And everyone was just kind of faking it. So I go through the slide deck, and I was talking about AI and like how important it is. And I have this quote by April Ludgate from Parks and Rec. It basically said, I'm going to tell you a secret, is that no one knows what they're doing. They're all faking it. And the reason why it's going to be okay is you're awesome and everyone else is awesome too. And that's cool. So the next slide comes in and I directly asked the question. I said, first, close your eyes. And I want you to be honest here. I want you to think about your current knowledge of AI. How many of you are currently faking it with your knowledge of AI to those around you? 90% of the audience raised their hands.
And the other 10% just didn't feel comfortable raising their hand.
And the other 10%,